nicknames and praise names, and few I'm going to use here. One is Ma Bajiruzo. That is the beauty that stopped traffic. She's that beautiful. She's that beautiful with a perpetual infectious smile that would disarm anybody. And she does it effectively. I happened to be with her a week before her passing. I visited her, not really to my surprise, but her mental acuity was unquestionable. She reminded me, Kay, you are still owing me something. I said, what? He said, my project. I said, well, remember I told you I need to get in touch with Council President Shannon, but I haven't been able to. He said, well, he promised to visit me. I haven't seen him either. I said, okay, let me call him. I called Shannon, left him a message. Within seconds, Shannon called back because I told Shannon I was calling from Queen Mother's house. So he called back immediately. So we now arrange when we are going to meet her. Unfortunately, when we are talking, she said, I need to have this done ASAP. I said, well, we'll get it done. He said, okay, I'm 101, going to 102. I said, but I know you're not going anywhere. He said, but I need to see you and Shannon now. Not knowing she was literally telling me I have bought my flight ticket, that I'm ready to leave. But hopefully, in her absence, physical absence, the project may come to life. At that age, the project she's talking about is how to get the youth engaged. She wants to build a rec center with classrooms and basketball courts to keep the youth engaged. But hopefully that will still happen. Then the other thing, people have mentioned so many things about what else she does. I've been able to categorize that she's actually an expert in so many things. Do you know she's an Uber driver? Nobody knows. About 10, 15 years ago, after an event at Lincoln Theater, where Chosan had their dancing exhibition, the event ended around 10:30, 11. So she walked out. I was studying with Uncle Tony West. There she was. Julia Lynn was nowhere around. So I asked her, where is Julia Lynn? She said, she's in California. I said, okay, how did you get here? She looked at me funny. What do you mean, how did I get here? Then Uncle Tony wanted a ride home. She said, no, Tony, I give you a ride home. Remember, that's when she was driving her beast. Everybody knows her beast, right? The beast is not only for the White House, she has her own. And then the other thing I'll say about her is this. She's also a social worker and a therapist. I saw her one day driving down the freeway. I said, that's the beast on the freeway. Of course, a few days later when I visited, I said, well, I saw you. I'm sorry, I have to finish. So, yeah. Don't mind John Wiley. Okay. So she said, no, what she was doing was she has a friend whose husband has been in, I think, a home because of health challenges. So what she does every Thursdays, she picks up the wife and drive her to, she left a mark and her mark was indelible. So for that reason, her memory lives on, and we'll make sure she return back to Ghana, where she belongs. Thank you all.
Nana aba kweba ozikan oye nkoso hemba wo gomwa mozano na wo oye na private life oba abrabonu no na and be worker oni ni dzina oda nodo mereke se ya waye amandra mambe no wape maami krabio na iyi ye desiza fodo ohunan na no muro anmor papa oyiniti na odze no dase oche na abatan bi so ankana na ntum womboa maame ne da bo na kono fodo.
With the condolences to the family of my beloved and Boston Market. Ann and I met at Prairie View State College in Texas 85 years ago. Two young ladies from different parts of the country with different life experiences and different aspirations. Ann was a sophisticated tennis player, so good that she was at Prairie View on a full scholarship. I was a Southern belle, at least in the eyes of my father. Yet we needed something from each other that we weren't even aware of, and we were just meant to become friends. Ann was a person who could do amazing things with written and spoken words. So good that with her help, I was able to write compositions of things that I had not been prepared for in high school. I was a person who knew chemistry backwards and forwards, so good that with my help, Ann was able to master the formulas that she had no familiarity with. We both passed those courses with flying colors. Although Ann left Prairie View and completed her education in Illinois, our friendship continued to blossom. Ann traveled throughout the country. We talked and got together. Ann moved to Chicago, met and married her husband, and began her family. When I got married, I moved to Gary, Indiana with my husband and daughter, only a few miles from Chicago. On any weekend, or sometimes during the week, you would find us and our families together. Although Ann and I traveled separately to countries in many lands, our enduring bond remained intact. Over the years, we have met at Prairie View alumni celebrations, recalling the good times with friends we met while we were college students. We continued to be a part of each other's lives when Ann moved to Ohio, and we visited each other often. As the years passed, my goddaughter, Amelia, would surprise me often at my residence in Maryville, Indiana. Our friendship was true in tears, milestones, and challenges. We remained each other's confidants. The years brought many changes, but our connection never wavered. If anything, it grew stronger with each passing season. While I will miss Ann, I am comforted by knowing that God's grace is covering her fully in his heavenly kingdom. With compassion and love to Ann's family, Jenny B. Alsobrooks, Monday, October 13, 2025. On September 16th of this year, my godmother celebrated her 101st birthday. And so when Mom called her, there was laughter and there were tears, a lot of remembrances, and a lot of, girl, who the fuck we lived this long? So, thank you.
Na iwo yan maame ne ya mefre yare ho na kwesibrenyi kokopa a yabakra no so ne nchiriwe oye India yi pani su gina na kwana ofododo hu maame no odi no dasi papa the chairman so yina yehwe no so nsama
tsunami, and I was asked to talk as a neighbor who has known the Walker family for many years. It is sobering to realize that when I was picking up our daughter Jennifer from school and would run into Ann picking up her granddaughter Iola, Ann was younger than I am now. I got to know the Walker family when I moved to Columbus in 1976, but my wife, Mary Alice's family, the Normans, had already known her for many years, especially Mary's mother, Jean. I think that Ann and Mama Jean admired each other for they were both well-traveled, well-educated, and caring African-American women who had faced and lived the trials of life. We know both of them nurtured young people and created community. But Anne was someone who created community on a larger scale than most. She even created community across the ocean to Africa to become of these communities is heritage. Not only the heritage of ancestors, but also the heritage that we leave to our children and grandchildren. Now, some may wonder, why am I wearing a dashiki? But it is not only because we were requested to wear African garb, but also because after living in Columbus's African American community for so many years, it is also part of my heritage. I have attended dinners of Omega Psi-Phi with Mary's father and marveled at the Alpha Kappa Alpha affinity for pink and green that was shared by both Anne and Mama Jean. Anne knew that heritage is not a static, exclusive thing, but something that lives and enriches all of us when it grows. Deciding what to say for this memorial has been difficult because it is a responsibility to reflect on another's life and to affected each other. I have written a poem that reflects my thoughts. It has a long title, but the words are brief. Now and when, who we are now, and who we have been, who we can be, and what we might leave. We do not know when the day will come, soon for some, for others, a long length. Every flower is only now, it never lived before, but its seed, how it looks, drumbeat, is heartbeat, moving our feet to its pulse. But in each breath, we make a choice to create ourselves from air. Every grain from everywhere, but delicious sweet of savory treats tastes best when they are shared. Care and beauty bloom when we share together, dancing with rhythm of songs, feed and nourish bodies and minds, so children thrive. We should strive. We are alive and live fully. We should do the same. Thank you.
Ebusafo ni na ye oye nkadum sonkwa waye wadzema oye nana aba kwiba ozikan anaso ne edina kwafo tadofra nan oye anbi waka semchonyi a odi mfe oha onye ekor 101 ansana olifi atasefo asasedo maya kanda nyame omfana kra omfanse ye na kra so ohum ahomdwem ebusuanyente nsam no do na enko nsam fufurum wo nsam fufurum na ejanom enanom afadoma wo ogwa ha mecha afafa wo ogwa ha wono fa wo oye castle echiwo da wor kanye de nukwani obasaban na wakaya humbo kakra nsa aban na wana de sedanye de si defense a woye mahonon oye papa wabobo hon na mom debi nya da obobo afradwuman mo wa akɔde nyim kra nsu aponsu no ba ma hon abayeda baka no sunsuado na so impemprenyale bra wo ye si defense aponsu akɔne kira ma wodi na wa ya asase kase ma ahwen kote na wa bɛhyew enti sɛ wonya wo fi poba na oba na wontwe woni haman umfa nto bi oda na wa ka ebu achi bi ntin oba bre ansa na haman efin so no do na wa ba ebrondo san na kwano aye tenten da ma wona honi nya so abaya hwe a debi omboa ma oye afadwuma no omfa ntapamfra wo oye ogwa eyenti Coastal Television nyanyi bi ma bonkomo na wa kyerem de mmom oye da wa ya ma woni ye na so ohaw na tete kakra owom omboa hono kra ma hona afadwuma onwie pɛ na nsɛm wo kan no ibi
obeye ya ogwe kaka na pune fence na na ohida sisi akwa na okwan adina olisi ahini ya kachi goban ndide bi aba hoye ndada aba na yesra ban oba mbadi na wuda aba fufu akuri obey o aba force ma ya bombadi ye de me ada atine mi ndide so fufu wa abey omna ni so mu twadi na onye na ehwe gba na ha wa ye fine dama na ehwe so so tu mbe de ma di ma adina ye krambo hema aye de secondary ana de tama ana na cha guna bakuda nkufo leba tu neba ati gwe na la wa ye hwe me gwe ye capital town ana wodi bibia wodi kwankran egwe wodi tiana wodi kwankran ti say egwe bibia o kizin kan kumase aha ye wa chien obaye bibi kaka we wi o ma bi o ataka kai obaye asai na ole say nti esrawan pay for mamaden egwe yesu de ma dia aha edme ya ada wa see defense ya bobo na yesu ye kwa iye kaka ye me na de bi na hwe wo school nti o mamaden na di umutu na wonye ma ye hwe na afa asodi mfamra ma awoto mra bia ane boto amo na nku
ba these are very na man ka so bigina wa ba ah different nti eventually for the different away omo ba de omo ba for the pede aba omo boy kama mbi to the road to abo ka kemi bi mele idea ka ka no one for me o se ne sisi apuni sima na ko aisha be ma ka sisi na ka sina teach my well ba no no sina no ko da me si defense wa ya me wa aboa so be bi na ra wa sentinel so wo be yo djuma o do be si komafo na ade dan ya ya butum na wa aboa awon komafo ba to wo ba wo je o wa je da ade no ana wo de wo be ya boju me be mu na ana ala hawo wona wo ukrom no ana ala hawo pa se se de wa de ka o yo so be bi ala aye nti abasara butum wo bi na wa be mama na wotum afa ya mododo ile ya kuma bisade
onu na chido Coastal Television nyanye enuanom ejanom afadom bi so bonkomo na da wo chireman de impempe na ye omi kona wo fado wonya oye fango na meche pemes wodi edwuma wo bira ombo hon da wo ya fa edwuma nti asa wonum firi ahuru pia wodokọ oye fa wodokọ oye efaridwuma no nti obesre saban ye bibi no be ye a anu mpempe unta no na onka ye bibi onfa mo hon da wo ka ni sibi
mpa no boko mo ene yana balful da mo eyi obe me see defense ya oboto wodne wa boy no mo wa boy ile adin be me chere da won to adin nko wan to adin nko nta ma pune so chi be me ne se yi duma na ohoye nti yasra ban ne obutu wa mo obi yi mu be ne be duma ya chere da won ya adin be wotu wa ko aka ya adin ma so bi wa yi wa ba ama yama ya peda wotu were yuju ani etu ayede ejua wa se eleshi wa de bebe o ma disi ala afan nko ejuma se hwa bu da yama na afan wa se ase ma ayede ogwo ne esra ban so de abod moto na wode ban omo modna no fedu on fe on fo mbe na sisi aye sky ready po nye di ayede yanto en fere ye fo nkonso ne esra nyama nga kama bi wo a do tuma ayede obamani modi ya mani obi Capecoast ya nyama na mbe na ayi oeze na me chefu fuel da no yen papa pe fuel no men fuel se kroba be 1 month ansa na fuel bi asana ede wa be do 2 months ni fuel bi ede bi mbe Oba na ma eto car is na wa say machine bebre. Buna machine se fa bobo e fo ko ejuma. Nti se aba na fu na omo modna na omo ebire. Ombre ke post na ma tu edai juma ni tu de push ya mo fa mo mo haire. O ke jina yi.
Wo ejanum afafo won nsam no do yemfida na yanko nsam fufurum ebusuafo na nsam fufurum no na MTN Ghana wonye nsam chofo na wonankasa so won egudefo ehia abonkomo ahweko na obafo no medwuma afa ntampefra wo oye edna na djumedina ase no na semisa kroda ma okaba nde MTN Ghana nsam chofo bode ampa dan nsam chofo kan oye no kwarpa na so ugudara warrior amande na mamre na wonye mpanyimfu ehia abopaw esipaw na wahwede ayeye kura waden sanchofo bafa ntetim ahorum mekire oye scholarship a wado men sanchofo mo wono so ude kusua de mo wono adwuma no wepagem efi bebi owo na wakọ bebi papa wo begina do na woda ye nsamcho adwuma no na opanyina onye amenson kasa wo oye MTN Ghana mekire corporate officer owura opata ono na onye nsamchofo bodam nkoman no wie yi o send CDP popo de say ya kan wona wo ya fraud na wa fraud MTN wona wonye woni yedwuma na no kwanyu odoso pa na so MTN fa bo modin bia na wa cheche dem nkofo na wo yinsum de onkyere bia wo de menu anu bokwa kinya asem de bia na wa bo nkwedo a wo de mbogu fiade nsama okay no so ibeyi
Ako MTN kasa fa ho bebre pa efa fraud no say ehihye bebre wo ho a no MTN efa be say shine wo a ye boko de nti no em say ya pon ho ntoma bebre fraud de ya pon ho ntoma bebre nti no rest say your customers in a bit applications ye boko de single mo bitime ho ato efa say fraud say Efa baby a network name the idea ya fa ho adwon pa let me say emra MTN buy wo hwa ade ba ko a e da yenim na he say bi obia ese sa nipa na it mean network inti ya bomodin a expanding network e bi go sa expanding network wo say afia e bi ya yen hihye pa MCD central area inti no the meet more can say idea MTN adwen ho be koso sa the network na ko bibia in em say the common so efa bibia your friend say fiber cut em say idea hu here pa em say cut fiber na let's say obi bia na nka obi timi use ne telephone no on timi use ko e hard really pa nia e massa fiber cut na ba em say Madam from Okasa yele eka say okona uhu road construction it mima fiber no eka ti yetu ho na mo bebre yene nkofo akodo edi nkomo urban rules private property developers they can say kra no telecoms chamber any yen hihye a yede be pa ko minister nim efa pa ye be fa so na sa fiber cut no be free but a hard get na nso ni wa rishi mu se nhihye aye be bo na e de sa ne ma ifi ho ama
wo MTN won sam oye owura opata ono na ojiren no odin sam no tugwa wo oye isheda wo yin santrofo wo wushi ebusuafo yenjira do na yenda yenhomra yeba yede donkro kasebo no ntuedo yede bobro Coastaltv digital no 514 channel 54 you go TV do na channel 22 ya ada digital boss biara aka yena yenhomra yeba yede donkro kasebo no ntuedo no yede abraho
Mido, gana biana. Omo fa jebi aba besu e fita no pa e nya se bebesi. Mangashi.
Junior.
Listen, so enough for me be the no.
Sister Cospa, it's a winning gas.
I'm used to the why.
Why?
Down Yankanawa.
Sister Cos. Use to gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient.
LPG, let me see your hand.
How do I know God is real?
Can I trust the Bible?
What do I say when my faith is challenged?
Why does God allow suffering?
Is Christianity still relevant today?
In a world of questions, the God Summit brings the answers. From November 13th to 14th, 2025. Join us for a Christian apologetics conference designed to strengthen your faith and equip you with truth. Experience powerful keynote presentations and thought-provoking panel discussions. Take part in practical breakout sessions that give you the tools to defend your beliefs with confidence. The God Summit, November 13th to 14th, 2025. Afternoon sessions at 2 p.m. Evening sessions at 6 p.m. Register now at centralgospel.com/TGS.
We sell gift shop, a place you can rely on. You call on us and we'll deliver. Thank you.
Come here, yo. It's in pain academic. Me come shine and me. Mom, if you take the Bible, ya. Ebesana to ska akotedru de anu omoyo. Onenti Mercant finger linking fast food and catering services, madamo. Ejubakui aya crowd there. What is the papa? What about some hen? Now all your fast food yadi.
Doya jollof,
fried rice, plain rice. Wacha na ebusia ni na ebenyebi. Epian pese. Doya bueza pese. Ana bayira pese. Ana bancha pese di. Aya crowd kra. Benkune tilapia. Ana benkune okro stew ana. Ebusia ni na aya crowd. Netitewie na epebibi spring rolls, finger linking fast food and catering services. Ebushensho wona chirukwan wa Ankafu School Park Junction bepe. Pharmacy shop ni chanwa. Anaso opposite Ankafu na kwa Junction no bepe. Why your order so? Na why your delivery so? It's butu ba fra humotufi 0555 218992. And also 0244 408701. Finger linking fast food and catering service ana. Osi de banpa na mama high.
Ebusia mamsamo akwaba mo atena se me Coastal Division do donko kesebo ne ntuedo na yedrebra homi na yekegina science and math quiz a orokodo wo oye finfimanto ma meche UCC University of Capecoast won aseye sonkokra na orokodo dan fida abasene kono na wode quarter finals nya de ba ewieye ntinde jude na yewunsum de semi finals otidam obocheru ampa semi-finals odikan no aba ewiye a mankraso SHS no onye mfantepem SHS no onye GSTS na wode semi-finals odikan no wode hihyedo na wode ba ewiye no na oye mankraso SHS wonya oye 15 point damara na GSTS wonya 23 point mfantepem senior high school monoso wonya 42 pointer Cesare Infantipim School we wama oye one na Cesare we dikana we book one final ticketing wo oye ebra oda hinanyima wode dwumedi nya bebe ewiyi mrekese ya semifinals a otodo ebien reba hyehyado zenzenzen wo bra oda hinanyima ya de no na ebien ntemara no na ebien ntem ya wo the semifinals a otodo ebien no wo de ba hyehyado nti yama Mfante Pim School mnantia won adesefri na yemuntinkwa na yama hona wewie Mfante Pim School nya so yemuntinkwa yama wumbo na ye osande afia obase no kwan hwan na waje dam oye kuruwa no hwan na waje kuruwa no wodisi wona nado na afi so yare hwakwan de obaji eni so wodisi wona nado na semifinals a otode biene no yare hwe enyim kwan wo enwabere St. Augustine's College we besia oye Pope John ono so wa bini ye papa oje wonado damara no ye amani ampon senior high school won so oje wonado papa enti yare hwekwan wo oye enwabiri efa otode bien wo oye semifinals no ada St. Augustine's ono so adonobodom hon na wedim nkoyima fana no yebohu de Mfante Pim we buka wona de wie na St. Augustine's akwotiro ansa na enwbirin wo the semifinals o de wie no so wada hyehyado ama igudu fanasa ayeye kura se yinya oye sukuu se bie na obupemu oye igwe hada na no mukor age kuruwan ne yenguda mpa Capecoast